Sun rises in the east and sets in the west. That's north, that's south, that's east, and that's west to bone mass. How do we know? We found a veg visor, and if you stand still and click on it, the character will move, the screen will move to the position in the direction where the bone mass is. And then you go and grab your hammer, take something out that you can recognize. I use my ladder because I can turn it and point it in the direction, and so I know that the top side is pointing away. And then I bring it back to base on my side in the hammer slot in the same direction. And once I set it in place, I actually go back one more time to verify that I hadn't lost the setting, so I'm not going on a wild goose chase. And that's that. That's how you find your way around on a no map, no portal playthrough. There's the world tree to the right, or also to the east, if you see where it's actually rooted to the ground, or to the wherever it's rooted is to the east, and it grows up and it splits out and overhangs to the west, and the furthest root out that overhangs is to the southwest. As you can see, that says west, that's southwest there, so that would be west. That root points to the northwest, sort of, and that center amount right there with the tree coming down off of the middle of it, that is basically where the center of the world is and where the spawn point would be. So if you know those tips, you would be able to get around quite well. And as the day's coming up, it looks like we're almost noon, so it's heading to noon. Compass still works even with my pointer on here. Just wait for that shadow. A couple more minutes and it will be pointing to the north, which would be right at noon or midday, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that's the tips I use to get around. Other than that, something else you could do to get around is when you're exploring an island. We do this many times over. We'll keep to the right or keep to the left, and then that way the coast is on our one side, and then we'll make like a perimeter road going around the island. And then when we're ready to head back to base, all we have to do is turn around the other way, and the coast is now on our other side, so that's easy to get around. A perimeter road really helps. This island doesn't really have one like that, but our mainland does, per se, at least as much as we have needed to explore on it. And then pathing everywhere you go. You can use like the pathing option. I don't like the pathing option personally. This is the pathing option. That's what the pathing option gives you. This is level land. Okay, that's the reason why I use level land everywhere. And I want to make it sort of cart path ready, and to the point where if I have to bring a cart, I already have done some of the work. So I use level ground whenever I path everywhere. And then going up hillsides, you know how whenever you're leveling, it kind of makes a chunk out of it just like this. Well, you can't, that's not cart friendly. But if you hold the shift key or the run key, I'm not sure what it is on controller. I play on PC, so it's the shift key, and you set the hoe setting in between two layers or two levels of land. Click it, it makes a decent slope. So that's how you can slope up the land like that with level ground, and it makes a nice clear path, other than this random stuff that continuously spawns. And then we usually path out to whatever we see, berries and whatnot, the resources, points of interest. That's pretty much what we do. And that way we can find our way back easier. So that's a lot of tips, how to make sure that you never get lost per se. Hopefully you don't. Other than that, set your spawn points, whatever mainland you're working on. And always bring extra materials with you, extra food especially, and then extra materials for maybe building another boat. Because if you were to be on an island and set your spawn point and then sail away and for some reason die, you might be stuck there without a boat. So it'd be a good idea to bring some nails with you and probably some fine wood. And depending on where you are, maybe some deer hide too. So always be prepared if you can. Sometimes you just can't. If you can't, then all you got to do is do the reset spawn commands and die, and then you can start back over to the center of the world. And if you know where you were, at least you can head back that direction, and hopefully you have some supplies at your main base near the center of the world. So that's some good tips. Also, it's a good idea to put little land markers on the coastline whenever you cross over to a new coast and have it point toward the direction that you came from. So that way you can still know kind of where you were and where you're going and backtrack as well. And then another thing is when sailing into the fog, you can't see where you're going. So an idea would be to just basically turn your screen to the direction you want to travel, and then just let go of the mouse or the controller that turns your screen. And if your boat starts to turn to the side, all you have to do is put yourself on course again, and it should be pretty easy to get across to the next land, even in the fog. Now, if there is a serpent, you might have to turn left or turn right real hard to catch wind. But the idea is to continue to keep your screen in the same direction if possible. Alright, that's all my tips for trying to play on a no map, no portal